Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are going to important meeting to discuss about Israel and Palestina conflict. Our meeting today attended by America as the permanent member of Security Council, Indonesia as the non-permanent member of Security Council, and also attended by representative of OKI, Organization of the Islam Cooperation. For the first statement, let us hear from representative Organization of the Islamic Cooperation.
Allow me to thank you for UN Security Council for convening this important meeting and for being representative of OKI and my Arab brother who decided to participate in this meeting. We condemn in the strong term the barbaric attacks launched by Israel, the occupying authority against the Palestinian people and their land and holy sites. We demand complete and immediate stop of this attack that have affected innocent civilians and their property, in gross violation of international law and United Nations resolution on the question of Palestine, and warns that the continuation of incitement to this attack and provocation, the threat on this life innocent civilian, causing a severe suffering to them, increasing the risk instability with serious implications for security in and outside of the region. We demand a stop to all violations being carried out by Israel. The occupying authority, including the disrespect for the holy site, in the particular the sacredness of the Al-Aqsa, Al-Haram, and Al-Sharif, and not undermine their historical and legal status. Reiterates that Israel is in occupation force and does not possess any legitimate right whatsoever on occupied Palestinian land, including East Jerusalem and Al-Aqsa, and that all measures undermine its status are null and void of no legal effect. We warn in the particular against the dangerous effect of Israel continue and deliberate inflammation and provocation of the religious sensibility and the feeling of Palestinian people and the entire Islamic with its hate attack on worshippers, especially starting from the beginning of Ramadan, blocking worshipper access to the holy site to perform their religious rites, including Muslim access to the Al-Aqsa Mosque and Christian. During the Easter celebration, violence storming of the Al-Aqsa Mosque, Al-Haram, and Al-Sharif by the occupying force, terrorizing and attacking peaceful worshippers in flagrant violation of international humanitarian law. We express particular concern at the rapid pace of the Israel policy of colonization of Palestinian land, especially the threat to forceful evict hundreds of Palestinian families from their home in the occupied East Jerusalem, including families in the Sheikh Jarrah and Siwan neighbor, with face imminent eviction from extremist colonization group with the support and backing of the Israel occupation authority. Thank you very much.
Thank you, representative Organization of the Islamic Cooperation. For the second statement, let us hear from America as the permanent member of Security Council.
Thank you so much, UN General Assembly, for the time. The United States reaffirms strong support for Israel's right to defend itself against rocket attack from Hamas and other terrorist groups in Gaza, and condemn these indiscriminate attacks against Israel. The United States prepared to lend our support to ensure peace on the behalf of Israel. We are also well aware that the conflict has getting worse and worse. Hamas rocket and Israel response, both sides must recognize that too many lives has been lost and must not escalate the conflict further. There have been many missiles that have been launched both from Israel and from Hamas. We hope we get to stop the conflict and reach de-escalation of the conflict sooner. I think that the administration need to push harder on Israel and the Palestinian Authority to stop the violence, bringing about ceasefire and the hostility, and get back to the process of trying to resolve to this long-standing conflict. Thank you so much.
Thank you, America as the permanent member of Security Council. For the last statement, let us hear from Indonesia as the non-permanent member of Security Council.
Well, thank you for the moderator of United Nations and the honorable all of the state of United Nations member, especially the UN Security Council, America, and also representative of Turkey. First of all, we're standing here to speak for them and to them. And here I'm as representative of Indonesian state. We gather here for the multilateralism meeting to protect our Palestine people from the conflict of Israel. The Honorable General Assembly of United Nations has responsibilities, especially for economic and political, to make Palestine and Israel divorce, especially for resolution that negotiation. Because of that, we as United Nation member must be protect all of the world over the world, and we are standing here to protect for justice for Palestine people. Thank you.
Thank you, Indonesia, as the non-permanent member of Security Council. The conclusion from today's session is that the issue of the Palestina and Israel conflict has become a common issue, which has resulted in many humanitarian victims. So we must care and become our collective responsibility. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.